More things about me. I live on Moorpark Street. For those who haven't realized yet, Moorpark spelled backwards is crap room. It's a thing that's true. Likes facts, that one. So yeah. I'm also, speaking of useless things, I am a national fencing referee. Yay, which means that I get flown around the country and put up in fancy hotels and paid very little money to stand on my feet for up to 12 hours a day and get screamed at by people with swords and their crazy Russian coaches. It's awesome. I was at a knack, which, right, you guys don't know what that means, with the exception of those two people. This is the problem, right? This is the problem with fencing humor. I am the only comedian who gets to do fencing jokes, but I'm usually the only person in the room who understands them. So, for example, right, there's this guy, Sergei Gutsayev, which you don't know. So this dead-on impression, wasted on you. On guard. Ready? Fence. That's perfect. You'll never know. So I was at this knack. Right, still haven't told you what that is. That's an NAC. That stands for North American Cup, because we in fencing really like our acronyms. We got lots of them, like FIE and FOC and other ones. My favorite, though, was the acronym for my very first fencing club, which was the Fencing Academy of Philadelphia. That's FAP. I had a sweatshirt that said FAP FAP on the back. Why it said it twice, I have no idea, but it made me very popular in high school. And aside from all this refereeing bullshit, right? I'm in a giant convention center with like 1,000 people, like actually 1,000 people, and I have to yell the last names of fencers over this crowd to try to get them to hear and go where I want them to go so I can do my goddamn job. Which is great when one of your fencers' last names is NG. How do you yell that? Fencer, I need fencers Adams and to strip 4. Where are you? Nobody knows what you're saying, and if they hear you at all, they just think you have a dick in your mouth. There are good things about these competitions, though. There are great things. I had a jihad on me this weekend. That was the thing that happened. Yeah, because I was having sex with somebody named Jihad, and he was on top. So he's also 19, which I feel kind of weird about, especially because in that culture, he's laughing because he knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, he's not bad actually. I was surprised. For 19, he's not bad. He is a man whore, though. Like, he is a slut. I'm telling you. Like, don't just, yeah. Anyway. So 19. So in that world, we, anyone under 21, we refer to as 12, to remind ourselves not to drink with or have sex with these people. Oops. So in that those terms, I had sex with a 12-year-old. That really sounded bad. I'm never going to say that out loud ever again. But yeah, good thing. The woman that I room with, she's fantastic. She's this ex-Mormon lady who has spent the past few years doing a great job of making herself as undesirable as possible to her ex-husband in the Mormon church. She's come a long way. I come into my room, she is straddling a man, and she's blowing him. I said, hey, she said, That's a callback. So I come back. He likes stating the obvious.